Hi Cancer, Happy New Year! This is your January 2018 tarot reading with me, Tarot to Recovery. Sorry they're a bit late, I was not very well over Christmas. I was in bed since Christmas Eve and I'm only just getting around to feeling a little bit better. So that's the reason for the delay. So here's your messages for 2018 January. Cancer, 2018 January. Cancer, 2018 January. Cancer. Oh, Queen of Swords has just popped out, Cancer, so this can be an air sign female or a very intellectual, head over heart woman that's having some place in your life. So messages for Cancer. We'll see if she pops out again in the actual reading. Cancer, January 2018. Love and life messages for Cancer 2018. Two of Cups, Cancer, crossed by the Six of Pentacles. So at first glance what I'm getting is a romantic relationship, a partnership. It's definitely a romantic union. It's crossed by the Six of Pentacles, so I feel like someone is giving more than the other, or someone feels like they're giving too much. Or maybe they worry the other person's giving too much or not enough. There's an issue to do with giving. Maybe some person isn't as generous with their time. In the past, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So Cancers may, in the past, have been dealing with an earth sign person. Possibly a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus. Someone that was very into their money. It could have been someone that... It could be someone, as they've come up in the reading, that you're basing your past experiences on. So maybe it was someone you went out with before that didn't give as much and you want a little bit more from your next relationship. Maybe you're comparing the two. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so things are changing for you, Cancer, this month. I feel like the wheels are in motion for things to start change quite dramatically, possibly. Seven of Wands, so you're in a defensive state about this. Maybe you've closed off, maybe you've retreated back into your shell. Maybe they're doing so. Surrounding Ace of Pentacles, the Emperor. Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, and underneath we have the Three of Pentacles. Excuse me. So we have a lot of Pentacles, Cancer, so you may be dealing with an earth sign, or it doesn't have to be an earth sign. I feel like this could be someone who's very, very engaged with their work life and is very motivated by their finances. Someone who really is they are quite busy is the feeling that I'm getting. Maybe you're quite busy, maybe you've started a new job, someone else has started a new job. Maybe someone's feeling a little bit confused about what route they want to take in terms of their career path or their learning path. Maybe, as I said, you feel like you are beginning a relationship with someone and you worry they're not putting in as much and you really want them to be putting in more of an effort. I feel like you have to be careful of how you communicate with this person, Cancer. I feel like for some of you, you're maybe dating someone who's their own boss. The Emperor, generally, it's quite an entrepreneurial, self-sufficient card. It's usually a boss card. Maybe it's someone with a very domineering boss. Or someone with a very domineering parent. Maybe you're concerned, or they're concerned, the relationship between the two of you doesn't fit their requirements. But I can see someone, whether it's you or someone else, has put a lot of thought into their financial situation and they really are trying to build something for themselves, and their mind is entirely focused on practical things. So just so you know, Cancer, this tonight the full moon, which will be the brightest moon this year, is in your sign, which is a wonderful influence to have. It's It's a very potent energy. It means that you can release negativity and things that were holding you back and really focus on being the best Cancerian that you can be. You know, this full moon is yours. And full moons are all about releasing and closure. So some of you may be getting closure on a romantic relationship that failed last year. Page of Cups. I think this is definitely a new romantic interest for a lot of you. It's someone who has either asked you out and you're just in this beginning of dating, or someone who's about to make you officially their significant other, or make things more exclusive. Yes, the Lovers. Oh, this is very interesting, Cancer. Okay, this is going to be a very romantic month. It's definitely a reciprocal love is what I'm getting, and I feel like the effort that you're looking for from the other person is actually going to come full. They're going to come through for you. The Knight of Pentacles is very much a happily ever after, gentlemanly energy for women, and for men it is getting what you'd hoped for in terms of someone else's effort. So I feel like your efforts are going to be returned by the person you're interested in. So we'll just go around this again, Cancer, to see what we have here. Cancer, January 2018. Cancer, January. Oh, King of Cups. Okay, some of you, Cancer, are dealing with a water sign. I feel like some of you could be dealing with a long distance water sign, Cancer. Someone that you're really, maybe you're in a long distance relationship. Maybe your water sign can appear quite aloof, Cancer. I'm not sure. Let's see where we're going with this. Cancer 2018. Knight of Swords. So I feel like this is someone that's come into your life quite quickly. Two of Swords. Okay, so you're maybe feeling a little bit like things aren't moving quickly enough. They came in quickly and they were all guns blazing. Now things are maybe slowing down a little bit. Alternatively, maybe they're not moving fast enough. Page of Wands. So a lot of you are going to be hearing news regarding your work and your financial life. Maybe they've heard news regarding their work and financial life. It's Seven of Swords. That's 2 7s here. So there's a lot of yeah, there's a very defensive energy. I feel like some of you may be afraid of, well, this card is always sort of a cheating card, so I feel like some of you are very afraid of being tricked, and you're probably being quite defensive about it, or the other person's being cheated on and is quite defensive about it, or maybe you feel like this person is hiding something, which they could be, but we're not clear yet on what it is they're hiding. They might be hiding their feelings. Queen of Swords. Ace of Wands. Yeah, there's definitely an entrepreneurial mode. Four of Cups and Page of Cups. He's come back. So yes, there's definitely going to be a romantic union, at least by the end of the month. So if you've not met someone, be prepared for them to come in very quickly. But I feel like there'll be a little bit of confusion over where you stand with that person. I feel like they could maybe seem a little bit hot and cold. But I really see by the end of the month this actually turning into something a lot more solid. I feel like you could be involved with someone who's a very hectic work life, and someone who's really very self-motivated, but could possibly, for some of you, they could have a very domineering boss. There is definitely someone who's got a lot on their plate work-wise, financially or otherwise. And I feel like you're maybe getting mixed messages from this person, but you know instinctively that they're actually quite a good person, and you know that they have feelings for you, but you sort of wonder why they're not more forthcoming maybe, or why they were forthcoming one minute and the next not. So I would suggest, High Priestess just popped out here. This is exactly what I was about to say. I would suggest just trust your intuition and be quite calm and patient with this person, and don't jump to conclusions, because this is definitely something that could be very special. I feel like this person is special is the message that I'm getting here. Whichever person you're dealing with in your life, I feel like they are quite special. And I feel like some of you were maybe involved with an earth sign in the past that it went wrong with, and they were quite cold, or kept you out in the cold. You didn't know where you stood, and you're worried this person will be the same. But I actually think this is possibly different. You may hear something that suggests you're not exclusive. I feel like some of you aren't exclusive but will be by the end of the month. You may find out that the person you've been dating was dating someone else. You know, this could be, yeah, you could be involved with someone who has issues with an ex, or has still been seeing an ex, or you've maybe been seeing an ex, but I feel like it gets cleared up if you weren't exclusive and you find out they were dating someone else. I feel like by the end of the month they're like, no, I want you, I'll commit type thing. They could have issues in childhood that makes them afraid of romantic engagements. Some of this can't apply to everyone, but it could apply to some. They might have, you know, past issues which are really, they might have had divorced parents that really traumatized them as a child. This doesn't apply to everyone, but I feel like you could be dealing with someone who's actually very fragile, and the only way to deal with that is to be patient and understanding. And I feel like this is a good person, so don't, be gentle with them. Do be gentle with them. Finalizing messages for Cancer. January 2018. Judgment. So you're going to need to make a decision on this person. Ace of Cups. 9 of Cups. Yes, so you're going to be getting what you want in your work life. Interesting. So the 8 of Cups is the outcome. You know, this is a moving on card. But I feel like with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles, you're leaving behind one phase of life and going into another. I feel, interestingly, because the Six of Swords comes up, and they're very similar cards, and they're both in your future positions. You will be leaving something behind, but for some reason I feel like it's a job or an outdated belief system. I don't feel like this is a relationship you're leaving behind, and if it is, I feel like you're leaving one for another, and it's your call. Yeah, I really feel like you're leaving behind a job, and I feel like some of you have heard that you've got a new job and it's the new job that you wanted, so you'll be leaving it behind to move on to greener pastures. And for others of you, maybe January is the month where you actually do leave a relationship that wasn't working, or a friendship that wasn't working, or a way of life that wasn't working, and you actually move on to better things. I really feel like there's a brand new romantic relationship or phase of a relationship, you know, a greater commitment or a greater phase of a relationship is what I'm getting here. And the High Priestess again has come up underneath, so some of you could be dealing with a very intuitive psychic person, someone who's really very spiritual, or you could be that person. But I really feel like there's going to be a romance in store very strongly for this month, and I feel like it's going to take center stage. But I also feel like there's going to be work life taking center stage. I feel like you've got a great work outcome. I feel like you're gonna find, or you're going to be offered, the job that you want, and things are going to be moving forward a lot more financially for you. But I really feel like some of you have left quite a cold relationship in the last few months, and you've met someone who lets you know what it's like to feel reciprocated. you know, someone that tells you how they feel about you. You know, when they're more comfortable, I feel like in the beginning there's a little bit of confusion, but I feel like that confusion won't last long. I think you're gonna meet someone that you communicate well with, and who communicates well with you. And I really see you in a very solid beginning, Cancer. I feel like January is going to be a great month for you with the full moon in your sign, which, as I said, will be the brightest one of this year, and it will be shining for you. So I feel like this is a great energy. I feel like you're wrapping up the old doubts and relationship woes and starting 2018 afresh, as it should be. It's time to look forward, Cancer. And I feel like you'll be looking forward with someone quite wonderful. So that's my messages for you for January, Cancer. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you back for the mid-January readings. Bye bye.